so we're just sitting here.
I don't know how it is when it's live.
Oh, Boise. Pitcher's Poison is brought to you by Row One Brand. You can go to www.row1brand.com for all of your vintage sports gifts, memorabilia, art, and American sports history. Use OCSN 15 for 15% off your order.
Does our dog not understand how a live show works?
Does my sister not understand how a live show works?
Like, I can't just stop and take him to do his business right now.
I'm going to actually answer. Anyways, how are you going to FaceTime me and not have your camera up?
Oh my God, what a fucking nerd.
Anyways, don't know if you can hear me, T, but we're doing a podcast, so I will call you back.
God, I'll burn your house down.
I will call you back. We're live right now. You're kind of like our guest star, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll call you back.
So,
I don't know if she heard a thing I just said.
Game 1 is going to be a bullpen. Who do we got starting today?
We have Strump, but hang on a second. Let me get rid of this so I can actually.
Not a fan.
You're not?
Not a fan of him starting.
Why?
I'm pretty sure the last time he started a game, it ended off pretty bad. Or it started off pretty bad. And then, I mean, I did not see anything about them calling Brogdon back up in the player development. So I could imagine it's going to be a wild ride. And I mean, I hope he's going to come out and give us 2 solid innings, but also no, because the last time he started a game, his finger was fucked up, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, they tried super gluing it.
I don't remember.
I tried super gluing it, and it didn't work.
But real quick, Corey did pick a player, and he's going with Schwartz. And Brandon says he has you. Oh, he just put your full name in there. I'll take it out. He has you and Corey in the Dislike Clemens party in his book.
Oh, there it is. He put my full government up there.
I know. As soon as I saw it, I unclicked it. So
it's because he tags us, so I respect it.
Yeah.
But just to give you a heads up, you can delete the last name, and as long as it says, it'll go back to where it just says Vincent, but my name will be there. And Corey's.
So Strom is starting. He is 4-3 with an ERA right now, but 3.61. He is going up against Henry, who is also a left-handed pitcher. His win-loss is 3-1 with an ERA of 4.37. ESPN has given the Phillies a 50.1% chance. So basically, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, they're even in the gambling, they called it even. So
yeah,
they just need to start winning series. I mean, even though, or right now, it's like a 4-game series, a split is acceptable. Winning the series is better, but if they're going to be a playoff team, they need to start winning consecutive series, winning consecutive games, and I think they need to go farther than a 6-game win streak.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Corey, I completely agree with your comment. He says, I'm not a fan of a bullpen game every 5th day. Time to make a trade for an MLB pitcher for that 5th spot. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that one, bud. Something's got to be done. We can't just keep having the bullpen game every 5th day. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it, especially with how much we have to use our bullpen when we have our so-called aces starting. It's too much for them.
I really want to know why they're not giving Abel a chance. Like,
I mean, something's telling them that he's not ready.
I mean,
not for the majors.
I mean, he's been doing great down there.
But it's so different from the majors.
No, I know, but you're never going to know until you give a kid a chance. Like, I'm going to harp on the Taiwanese kid because I really feel like what he has is very special, and he apparently has a sinker that dies at the plate. So he's throwing it like 94, 95 miles per hour, and it's getting like a foot from the plate, and all of a sudden he goes, guess what? I'm going down here.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, a motionless slider would be a phenomenal thing for this, but I think bringing him in immediately is bad, but I wouldn't be far against having him in the bullpen.
Yeah, it sucks because our guys that we kind of expect, like Bailey Falter, for example, he's not doing well. Not doing well with being sent down. So I am more so with Corey on, we need to make a trade. We need to get a new guy that we don't already have.
But I highly, highly doubt the Angels are going to end up. he's gonna end up not the
You're talking about
denying.
Otani?
Yeah, he's gonna end up denying. I can't see them trading unless it's literally agreed on both sides, because obviously Nola would be the only one they would trade for. We're gonna have to give away a lot, and that would be bad. But
I don't see the Otani trade happening, especially when we're just looking for basically the fifth guy, because Otani would be like the first guy in the rotation
mhm.
pretty much if he came in. I just don't see it happening, but
But what I'm saying is, who would you go after? Like, it's too early in the season for a team to be like, oh, I feel like our season's done. I mean, the fucking Phillies,
no, that's not even a thing. I mean, unless like you're the Nats or the A's, but
there's nobody down there that we were like, oh yeah, let's get this guy,
yeah.
because I'm not doing a trade for a losing team's pitcher unless he's like literally has a fucking like 1 ERA and he has had like perfect fucking.
I don't even think it needs to be like that personally, just because we're kind of desperate for that fifth guy.
Yeah.
It cannot stay just the bullpen is the fifth game.
Mhm.
It can't, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So I don't need somebody that's phenomenal. I need somebody that is at least able to hold like 5 innings. Go 5 innings. That's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
Um Corey says his numbers in Double A aren't anything to be hyped up about, and Falter is still shitting the bed. Yeah, he's really, really struggling right now. I do not know what's going on. Corey says, bring back Cole Hamels for all I give a shit. Hey, I would not be against that wholeheartedly. I would not. It wouldn't be my first choice, but I would not be against it. And could you imagine Cole Hamels back in the Phillies uniform?
That'd be crazy.
That would be nuts.
So, back to what was just on the screen. There's two new beers from Bright Path.
Yeah, I just saw that. Sorry, Delco Drive. I take that way to read the other ones. But yeah, breaking news. Apparently, there's 2 brand new brews out for Bright Path Brewing.
Now, are we gonna have them for our dive next weekend?
Do not.
That would be interesting to know.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to game 2. We have Wheeler. He is up against Davies. Wheeler, both right-handed pitchers. Wheeler is 4-4 with an ERA of 3.91. Davies is 1-1 with an ERA of 4.68. ESPN is giving the Phils a 50.9% chance of winning that game. Now, let me ask you guys this question, because also fun fact, Delco Dive says they're working on it, getting this. Sorry. Let me ask you guys about Wheeler. Both him and Nola, especially Nola, but I've noticed it with Wheeler too. When they do really, really well in one start, it seems like that next start, they just struggle so much. Do we expect to see that with Wheeler in game 2, or do we think that we're going to get that Wheeler that we have come to know and love?
I think Wheeler's is one of the, well, a Walker as well, but they've consistently improved in their pitching. So I wouldn't be surprised against the Diamondbacks if we get a good outing from him. I'm not saying they're a bad
good
team.
Start though, like
Yeah.
for Wheeler.
Yeah, they're not a bad team at all. I think they're 7 games over 500 right now. I mean,
No, the Diamondbacks are crushing it.
yeah, compared to last season. But I think he has the ability to actually produce in a consistent manner, rather than, you know, I was defending him last night, but Nola has a record of being inconsistent. We're not going to get back into that, but I don't think that last game was really on him. But anyway, so I think if anybody out of our lineup that's found himself, Wheeler is probably, after the way he started, in that top 1-2. I think Walker is definitely in the same spot. They're almost equal because they're giving us both the same. But
I think you might have a little bit more faith in Wheeler than I do. I'm nervous. I'm not as nervous for him as I am for somebody like Nola. I will say that. It's not in the same boat. But there has been some inconsistencies with him as well this season. I do agree that he has improved a lot from when he first started. But I don't know. It's just a concern I have.
yeah,
Not saying, obviously, I can't tell the future. I don't know. Corey's saying Wheeler will be fine. Don't be worried. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because we need him. We need Wheeler to be the Wheeler that we all know.
Yeah, I mean it's a huge year for both him and Nola because I
More
mean,
so Nola.
well, yeah, because we can say fuck you to Nola and let him walk at the end of the season, but Wheeler, it's going to be opening up. I'm pretty sure he has an option year in 2025, but we'll have him through 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So his production now and next season is going to be whether or not that 2025 happens. I, he's a little on the old side, but old pitchers aren't bad per se.
Look at Jamie Moyer.
Yeah, but Jimmy Moyer is a fucking legend in himself.
Hey, you never know. Also, I just always love that he was initially a Philly kid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to game 3. We have Ranger Suarez. He is a 1-2.
Rangers gonna range. Okay, go ahead.
He's 1-2 with an ERA of 4.70. Rangers lefty. He's going up against a righty, Kelly, who is 8-3 with an ERA of 2.92. That man is a beast right now. ESPN is only giving the Phillies a 35.3% chance of winning the game.
Ranger is the battle cry for this team now. He comes out and the team rallies behind him, and he has been increasingly getting better.
I agree.
From injury.
I agree. I think he's finding his spot back in where he used to be.
Yeah, it's not even about like consistency like it is with like Wheeler and Walker and Nola. He's back into his form, and he had a couple bad starts because he's coming back from injury going into the majors, and Rangers gonna range. That's all I can say. That is my boy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not worried about Rangers' ability to be pitching in this game. I'm worried about our offense against their pitcher. Is what I'm worried about in that game.
Get at them in the fucking first inning. Mm-hmm. That is, I mean, that's the way they dominated at the end of the last season. Was they got to the starting pitchers, and
the Phillies do so much better when they score first.
Yeah,
it's been a known fact with the Phillies for the past couple seasons.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this month, and I think, well, this month and going into a little bit of next month, they really have an ability to really punch their ticket into the postseason. We're not that far out from the Braves. We're very close to the Mets. We're 1.5 games now out of a wild card. Like, they can really solidify that. But I want them to take the NL East this year because I need all them Braves fans to just shut the fuck up. We won the NL East. Okay, we went to the World Series, you fucking nerd.
Corey says, depends what that option year will cost the Phils. If he's solid and consistent this and next year, he'll be wearing a Phils uniform on his option year. Talking about Wheeler.
He will be 38 years old. Going on 39.
That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to lose his ability. I understand, but like he's getting older, but he's still got it.
It's more or less the distance he's going in games. I don't want a 38-year-old pitcher that's going 4 to 5 innings. I want a 38-year-old pitcher that can at least go 6.
Vince, look at most major league pitchers right now.
Oh, I know. And
the game is so different from when you and I were growing up, when pitchers went full games almost.
You know what's really disgusting right now?
What's that?
There is a kid from Sanford that just threw 156 pitches with a complete game. Perfect. 16 strikeouts.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Whole fucking game. And I don't know if it's Stanford College or if it's like Stanford school. It seemed like it was like a Stanford high school. Mm-hmm. But that kid's probably, 18, 19 years old maybe a little bit older if it's a college. But, I mean, what happened in the years to where you had players like Roy Halladay and, Cole Hamels going 9 innings or 8 innings, and these guys can't no more.
Yeah.
Is it all about protecting their arm? Because I don't remember Roy Halladay having very many injuries. Cole Hamels either. I know he had I remember a brief history of injuries with him, but he still was able to fucking sling it even after injury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. The game of baseball is completely different than what it was, 5-10 years ago. Completely. Corey says, Well, older pitchers aren't holding up. DeGrom, Verlander, Scherzer, all 30 plus million, and DeGrom is on Tommy John surgery for the second time, and Scherzer and Verlander aren't what they were 5 to 7 years ago.
Dude, I got into a fucking huge Twitter fight, and I think you actually were like, "Yo, stop fighting with these people," because there was someone talking about how
Sounds like me.
the Phillies should take advantage of bringing DeGrom to Philly, and I said he is injury prone, he is old, and I do not want him. And what happened? I feel bad for him because he is a good pitcher, but you're at the point, dude. Like I think I snapped you and Corey. I was like, dude, just retire, man, because you're hurting yourself every year. And I mean, I'm pretty sure baseball is guaranteed money almost, which is I think stupid. But you're wasting a salary cap for these teams. So there's my food for thought.
I just realized I just had like an ADD moment and just realized I've got both of my guys, Castellanos and Reese Hoskins, above us at all times.
And the Castellanos is staring at you.
Cause they got that 2 button, just like him. See that? Also, Corey says, not a snowball chance in hell. I would have taken a chance on either of those 3 pitchers at that price or age. I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, let's move on to the final game, Game 4, which does have Nola, who is 5-5 with an ERA of 4.60. He is up against Nelson, both right-hander pitchers. I can't talk today. Nelson is 3-3 with an ERA of 4.95. ESPN is giving the Phils a 43.8% chance. I'm going to tell you guys right now, Nola is going to pitch well in this game. Why? Yeah. Because he sucked so bad last time, and this is how he's been going. We're going to see good Nola that day.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, it's
his thing. That's literally his thing this season. I said it in our last post or pre-series that I think Nola's going to suck. And I know a couple of you guys were like, oh, don't worry about it. He's going to be fine. And, well, this is what he has done this entire season, and I don't see it changing.
It's also going to be middle of the day in Arizona.
He loves the heat.
That's what I mean. Like,
but that's what goes along with what I'm saying. He's going to do good.
I'm adding to your point.
He's going to show up.
The only issue that could ever happen is the umpires. Because once he gets something taken away from him or a strike that it gets called a ball and it's like the 3-2 count and that person gets on first, all fucking hell breaks loose in Aaron Nola's head like you dropped a marble down like a mountain and it's just bouncing its way down. He just focuses on the marble the whole time.
Corey is happy for the shit weather because Nola is going to be in there. Brandon disagrees and says that Nola game we will lose. Yeah, I'm not with you on that one, bud.
I disagree.
He did horrible that last start, which means he's going to do good this one. It's just what he's been about all season long. Any more thoughts about these pitching matchups or anything else we talked about?
No, I mean, I'm calling Rangers going to have a perfect fucking game.
A perfect game?
Yep.
Vince, you're on your
On his side of it, he's going to have a perfect 6 innings. No scores, no hits, and it's going to be up to our bullpen to finish it out for him. And I hope he does what he's been doing and he goes a good 7.
You're out of your mind.
Ranger's my boy. Of course I'm out of my mind.
All right. I'm moving on to batter.